What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. This is episode number 21, and we start today's episode off with a Youth Squad monthly report as we have now entered December, and also a scouting update as well. So we take a look at some of the players our scout is currently bringing to us. Interestingly enough, 3 players have already been snapped up by other clubs, but as you'll see, none of these players really look that good, which is, again, we do need to expect as our scout is only 1-star experience and judgment. But touch wood, after another month of scouting, they'll start to look a little bit better, or maybe he'll pick us up a very good player regardless. But still, we have a squad report as well as we now enter a new month as usual, and you can check out how the players are doing. As you can see, not too much development, but obviously we do expect that with the way the team is currently set up. But, you know, of course, the main focus really is how well the league is going. So even though we're not showing too many amazing signs of progression in some of our players, the league and the way we've been playing in La Liga has been absolutely fantastic in our first season. And that is the most important thing, getting those results, even though the squad is still pretty poor. And we are indeed in 6th place right now. So unbelievable start in this first half of the season. 3 games before the first half is up. And to be in 6th place is just crazy. I thought the best we could finish is probably, I don't know, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. But to be 6th is just absolutely ridiculous, so I'm very, very pleased with that. Don't know whether we can stay there all the way to the rest of the season, but for the time being, it's still been very good regardless, and no one can take that away from us. But still, we take on Leganes for the first game of today's episode here in the Copa del Rey, and of course, this is the Spanish Cup, and we are going to be taking the Spanish Cup pretty seriously this year as well, because the main theme of this series right now is just how skint we are and how little money we have. And when you go forward in the cups and progress to higher rounds, you get given some tournament prize money for the the further you progress, basically. So although it may not be an astronomical amount, the more money we can get and accumulate for Racing Santander is obviously going to be really important for us. So that's why the cups will be a little bit more important than usual with Racing Santander. And the first chance would fall in the 24th minute there, but the shot was saved by the goalkeeper. I thought I possibly could have a penalty, but it wasn't given, and probably correctly so as well. But in the 43rd minute, well, we did give away a penalty ourselves, and it was really, really frustrating. But the fact of the matter is I couldn't really have much complaint about it either. It was Juanpe starting this game, as we did make a lot of changes, taking on the Liga Adelante side in the cup, and Juanpe gave it away, and I can't really have too much complaints. I didn't press circle, I didn't lunge. It's just the fact of the matter is I sort of walked into him really with the left stick, and in the end he sort of dived a bit, but it was still a penalty, no doubt about it. It's just frustrating. I didn't even challenge or anything, but it was still given. But it was a penalty, not going to deny that, and a great chance for the Liga Adelante side to take a shock lead. It was Alvaro against Mario Fernandez, and our captain comes up with a big save right on the stroke of half time. What a stop it was as well by our goalkeeper at full stretch, flying to his left, tips it over the bar and keeps the score at 0-0. And it was how the game finished as well. It was a really, really poor game, to be honest. Other than that one chance we had and their penalty, nothing really happened. And you would have seen the top left as well before that penalty that the possession was 70% to Leganes and 30% to us. And the fact of the matter is, that's how the game goes against the AI on Legendary. You rarely ever win the possession battle unless you're intending to do so. And it's very frustrating as well when you're playing 4-minute halves as well, because you don't have as much time to win the ball back and play the ball around. So yeah, it was a frustrating game, to be honest, but as we expected. And we've got the second leg to come as well away from home, and hopefully we'll get the job done in that game. But still, we take on Barcelona here for the second game of today's episode away at the Nou Camp. And we just took on Real Madrid away from home at the Bernabeu, and of course we lost it by 3-0. So the fact we've now got to take on Barcelona away at the Nou Camp, well, I wasn't really expecting anything to be different in this game, and for us to cause any shocks whatsoever. Regardless, I did decide to have a change in mentality in this game, because in the Real Madrid game I tried to sit back and just contain and possibly hit them on the break, but in this game I went a bit attacking from the off. Although I didn't go to attacking straight away, I did start to push bodies forward a little bit and try and show a bit more encouragement. But in the end we were already punished in the second minute, because Rakitic got played forward and Croatia made it 1-0 to Barcelona so early on, as he bigs up his chest there. Jesus, he's been hitting the gym, and he makes it 1-0. So yeah, that was a really, really frustrating goal, because our game plan was already undone 2.5 minutes in. I was like, I'm going to be more adventurous and try and come out of position a little bit more, try and grab ourselves a goal at some stage, and in the end, well, right from the beginning already we go 1-0 behind. So I don't really know what to do against these big teams away from home, because it seems like there's no answer to them. But still, in the 13th minute we had a good chance to hit back and score an equaliser here. Buena Cassin beat Jordi Alba with a fake shot, crossing the ball in. It was headed away only as far as Concha, who struck the ball. It was blocked. It comes to Keiko, who played the ball inside and we did indeed score a shock equaliser at the Nou Camp, and it came through the man on loan from Juventus, Sergio Buenacasa, as the number 9 turns the ball in and makes it Barcelona 1, Racing Santander 1. As conscious shots blocked, Kiko with a really quick pass into Buenacasa. The man loses him there, I think it was Jordi Alba. He has a free shot on goal and he's not going to miss. So Buenacasa equalises and we are on level terms, as surprising as that seems here at the Nou Camp. In the 22nd minute, Xavi almost put Barcelona back in front. His shot going just wide the post and behind for a goal kick. And in the 26th minute here, we regain possession of the ball. Hector Bellerin finding Christian Fernandez down this right hand side. He takes on the left back Jordi Alba and finds Buenacasa, the goal scorer. Gets past his man, plays it back in towards Christian Fernandez. Fernandez cuts inside and shoots and ends up hitting the post, and then Buenacasa turns in the rebound. We start to celebrate. It's Barcelona 1, Racing Santander 2. What a fantastic turnaround here, but unfortunately for us, the linesman rules the goal out for offside, and as you'll see, it was correctly so. Buenacasa was a mile offside, but even so, Fernandez hitting the post, Buenacasa having a disallowed goal. We were showing that this encouraging, really attacking play was benefiting us, and we were playing really well in this game, just as good as Barcelona were. But of course, when you do play attacking football against a very strong side, you are going to be open to a lot of attacks on your goal, and Deulofeu was denied by a fantastic double save by Mario Fernandez in the 40th minute there. If it wasn't for our goalkeeper, Barcelona would have been back in front in this game, and the follow-up header from Piqué went behind. So still 1-1, and just after the half-time restart here, Deulofeu goes down the right-hand side again for Barcelona, takes on Alban Toza and back heels it to Messi. Messi strikes it, and again Mario Fernandez is on hand to make a very good save and keep the score at 1-1. So still 1-1 in this game, and after we did score the equalising goal and had our disallowed goal as well, finally Barcelona basically woke up and said this just isn't good enough. We need to start performing and showing Racing Santander that we are a far better side. In the 55th minute here, they do go down the left hand side. Jordi Alba finding Deulofeu. He plays the ball inside, and again Mario Fernandez makes a fantastic stop to deny Messi and keeps it at 1-1. But in the 65th minute, unfortunately for us, we would indeed concede, and the goal came through Lionel Messi. Really frustrating, but I actually cropped out a little bit of too much footage there, so sorry about that. But basically, they went down the left hand side after I gave the ball away with Alban Toza. The cross was played in by Deulofeu, and Messi with a free header in the centre could not miss, and he makes it Barcelona 2, Racing Santander 1. So it was coming, the goal was coming, so I can't really be too disappointed about it. But the fact of the matter is, you'll see in the 81st minute here, we're denied by a very good save by the German goalkeeper Ter Stegen, as the former Borussia Mönchengladbach goalkeeper turns it behind for a corner. We were actually playing some really good football and passing the ball around really nicely, but I guess the best way of explaining this game was that, even though we did try really hard, I guess it was just a teeny bit of a gap in class, and that was the difference there. I said a teeny bit of gap in class. Barcelona are a far better side, obviously, but the fact of the matter is we played well on the night, but we just weren't good enough, and we didn't have those world-class players like Lionel Messi to bail us out when we needed them. And as you'll see, Xavi did make it 3-1 in stoppage time with this header, and unfortunately for us, the game was already done, because after they scored that second goal, we only had one more chance. They sort of knocked the stuffing out of us, really, and it was still a disappointing goal. You can see we had Alban Toza back there. He's a really commanding centre-back, getting out-jumped by Xavi in the air. Very frustrating, but still a 3-1 scoreline for Barcelona. In the end, it was a much better game than I thought. I genuinely believe we were going to get battered in that game, and we'd be lucky to avoid a 3, 4, 5 goal swing. But in the end, 3-1 away at the Nou Camp against, one of the strongest sides in Europe and one of the best sides in this division, that's still a really decent result. It's not, I say it's a really decent result, like it's a good result. It's still a lot better than we predicted. That's the best way of putting it. And there were some positives to take out of that game. Unlike the Real Madrid game, there were some real positives to take out of that game. We scored, we had a disallowed goal, we hit the post, and we looked very threatening and played some good football. But still, we took on Valencia for the third and final game of today's episode. So starting to face the bigger sides in this division now. We faced a lot of the teams down the lower end of the table, but Valencia are sitting very high up in the table. So it was going to be a very difficult game for us, but we were at home, and we've only lost once at home so far this season. So I did feel very confident, and the first goal would be scored by us as well in the 27th minute. It was Sergio Buenacasa getting his 6th goal of the season for us. Very nice finish there. As soon as we won the ball, we were one-on-one with the last defender, and it was a battle of nerves, really. Could I make sure that I could get round him and get a clear path and a clear shot on goal? And I did, with a quick little step over into a fake shot and a great finish on his left foot into the back of the net. So Sergio Buenacasa makes it 1-0 to Racing Santander, and we do indeed take the lead against Valencia. But in the 40th minute here, Guardado's on the ball for them, and he finds Parejo. Parejo on the edge of the area, keeps hold of the ball and finds Araujo, who beats Hector Bellerin, plays it inside, and Piatti's strike finds the back of the net, but it's actually an own goal goal for Albon Toza. So he didn't have the best of games against Barcelona, and he scores an own goal in this game as well. So he's our joint highest rated player in the team, but not two very good games for him here. And it is Racing Santander 1, Valencia 1. So Valencia back on level terms as we expected really, but disappointed for the goal to come through an own goal, and they were back on level terms. And in the 58th minute here, Piatti's on the ball for Valencia and finds Danny. He strikes the ball and it goes just over the bar and behind for a goal kick. So they almost put themselves in front in this game, but thankfully not. But in the 83rd minute, Alvaro finds Marin Schwarzer down the left-hand side, who crosses the ball in. It's headed away, but only as far as Juanpe, who flicks it on towards Andreal. Andreal collects the ball, now central midfielder plays it inside towards Orfila, who fake shots round the last man, gets taken down, and the referee gives us a penalty with 4 minutes on the clock, and Valencia can't believe it. And at first, I couldn't believe it either. Cristobal takes him down, and well, in the end, it's a debatable one. I guess that's the best way of explaining it. As you can see, there is contact with the shin of Cristobal on the ball, but he does take a lot of Orfila. So I guess some referees would give it, some referees wouldn't, as he does make a little bit of contact with the ball, but he does go through the man by quite a bit. So penalty to us, so that's the main thing. And Buena Casa is going to stand up and take it. He's already got one goal, and well, in a very, very important game with just 2 minutes to go, a penalty from 12 yards out against one of the biggest sides in this league. Well, it is as cool as you like. He chips the ball straight down the middle as Diego Alves goes to his right, and it is a goal for Racing Santander late on as we go on to claim the 3 points. So absolutely delighted about it. Buena Casa gets his 7th goal in La Liga. Really, really composed and cheeky finish there from the penalty as he makes it 2-1. And as you'll see, the last chance fell here in stoppage time. It was the last touch of the game as well. The cross was played in, and Mustafi's header, hearts in mouth there, just went wide of the post. I thought it was going to sneak in the bottom corner, but thankfully it did go wide. But the final score was 2-1 to Racing Santander, so absolutely delighted to bounce back with a win against a very, very strong side at home, and that was a great way to show that we can beat these bigger sides if we put our minds to it. But as always, guys, a big thank you for watching the video. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have enjoyed the episode, then please do leave a like, and I'll see you for the next episode of Club and Country very soon.